Hey there.
Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you
Hi,
you can you
hi,
hear me?
I can. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. I'm good. Let's see. Oh,
All
um,
right. So let's catch up. Congratulations officially on a successful event.
I know. Thank you.
Yes, very cool.
Everywhere.
So happy for you. Where's my water bottle? Hold on. Let me just grab my water. Um, it's a huge deal. It's a
It
huge.
is. It is, and I feel it now that it's done.
Mhm.
Um, I swear to God, everybody just wait till I get on the phone and start calling and doing.
That's how it goes. In demand.
Um, but yeah, it is. I feel it's a huge deal now that it's over. It's just like, whoo. I think I was overthinking it, going, through the motions of it. But now
Yeah.
that it's over, I'm like, I did that.
Yes, I'm so fine. I'm so happy that you are finally able to say that because I've
Yeah.
been waiting for you to hear that from you.
It was a lot. The fear of it all. And then, just because I've been a part of so many other organizations and kind of watched, and all they would say is, oh, it's hard work. Oh, it's hard work. And I was like, well, I didn't think the shit was easy, but can you give me a little encouragement? But
Right.
so I had that playing in my mind and it just overthinking,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Well,
was great.
all right.
Like even
So,
at the end, you could see me like embracing it. I'm like, yes.
because you're like, whoo, because when you're thinking and you're the one that you have the run of show in your head. So you're just like, if this goes over well, if this goes over well, then you're like, oh, all the fashion shows are done, part is done. Now I made it to this piece. So yeah, that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm
All right.
excited.
So we talked about photos.
Uh-huh.
You also mentioned wanting to work towards getting Zion going because we
Yes.
haven't really talked about forward movement because the only thing we've been really spending our time on was getting the event out into the
Yes.
world, which is great because you did that. So
Yes.
now you need to tell me what else is next, like what you're thinking, and then we'll start to put that into a timeline and then start executing.
Okay. So next would be Zion, because I think now, would just be from here, like you said, riding the wave of this and doing, smaller workshops, smaller scaled workshops to keep me throughout the year
Mhm.
and community events and so forth locally,
Yeah.
which I should be okay with, be able to manage a little better now that I got the big thing out.
Yeah, you got the big thing out and
Yeah.
you positioned yourself.
Yeah. And
So
build,
now you're
systems
not
along
just
the way.
Keisha Martin Riley, you're Keisha Martin Riley, creator of, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's like I've always known that in order to solidify your positioning, specifically in the local market, is an event will do that quickly. You know what I mean? As opposed to you walking around and reminding everyone, because then they can look it up and it's like, oh, okay. So
Okay. Yeah.
so you have that. So in regards to more than the motto, workshops, does that mean, oh, that sounds like to me, it's now identifying, no, sounds like to me, it is putting together a solid workshop experience, going back
Yes.
to that.
Hmm.
Because then once we have a solid workshop experience that you're proud of, then we can shop it,
Right.
and then build community partnerships and all those things. And then so getting it out into the world is one thing, but first we need to build it.
Right. And so what I'm planning to do to, gauge and get information, I did get the approval to do the student service learning hours. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do like a student advisory meeting, like one Saturday for like 8 hours. That'll be a way for the middle schoolers to get at least 8 hours of community service. And they could give me their thoughts on what it is that they would like to see happen, things that they feel like they want to, develop upon and strengthen. And it's a win,
That's
and it's
awesome.
another
So
more than a model.
when
Huh?
does that start?
I haven't done it just yet. I wanted to do it this past weekend, and my anniversary, we
Wait,
decided to
but
celebrate.
anniversary, happy anniversary.
I know. Thank you.
What y'all do? Or what are y'all planning
We
to do?
went to see swag strays on Saturday. I'm real easy. I'm not.
Yeah, but still, you did something though. You
Oh
did something.
yeah, that's what I mean. Because everybody's like, "Oh, what do you buy? What do you do?" And I'm like, I'm just not that person. Like, you could give me a pair of PJs from Walmart, and I'm happy as a lark. So you see what I got on around here? I'm just comfortable. I like to be comfortable.
Yeah, but as long as you had y'all did something together. In my mind, I don't think about stuff. I think about alone time. As
Experience.
parents, it's
Hmm.
like, did y'all go do something
Yes.
together that was outside of your norm? That's what my
Yes.
thing is.
And that's
Yeah.
what I tell him. I was like, this fills my love tank. I'm good. So
Yeah, that's sweet. That's sweet.
yeah.
Um, so tell me how this thing works. So because you said you were going to do it last weekend, but do you have to schedule it? And this is for the school system kids? Just
Well,
explain
yes.
this whole thing to me.
So the middle schoolers, meaning children, sixth grade is middle school here. So once they are promoted from fifth grade, they can start doing their community service hours, which here they're called student support learning hours or something. But I can issue those through my organization now. So I went
Mm,
through that approval process. So in order to, so with Nigel, when he finished, he had like 300 something hours, which automatically qualified him for scholarships, merit awards, and so forth.
understood.
Um, so I'm wanting to start that process for the middle schoolers now, and they can serve on like a student advisory panel. So I could
That's
like
awesome.
order some pizzas. We could sit in Lido's for a few hours and discuss what it is that they would like to see, or some things that are going on in the communities that I could build the workshops around,
Yeah.
and they can earn SSL hours, and I can get the
While
data that I
advising
need.
you and supporting you and helping you build your programming. So there's so many other things they can learn from that because they can learn
Mhm.
strategic planning, organizational structure, operate, you know what I mean? So like, so it's just more than you getting their opinion, but they could also support you with pieces of it, maybe.
Right.
So what's the leeway into that? Do you have to let the school know that so they can promote to the kids that we have this new opportunity happening on Saturday, October, whatever?
So I did at the open house. I talked to a couple of parents there, and they've been contacting me about the hours. Um, the twins peer group. That's what I had been operating in. So yeah, and then I would connect with the principal just to kind of see if he has anyone that he wants to throw in there.
Okay. So you just have to choose a date
Yeah.
when that's going to start. And then how often would you do it so if they come on with you, would they stay with you through the whole school year? Like, so if
Yes.
you like one session a month or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
But I
you,
would have to have something separate for them to do. So I want to have like the workshop experience and activity, but then I also want to have community service opportunities for them.
yeah.
So it'll be two different things. So I couldn't have, because it was like a paid event where I was selling tickets, they couldn't necessarily work that for community service hours.
Yeah.
So I could do like a student advisory panel. They couldn't necessarily get it for participating in the workshops.
I understand.
So yeah, I'd have to just set it up that way. But the principal is very open, because I was laughing because the kids haven't even started there yet. And I called him and was like, we need to use your school. It's hot outside and it's been raining and we need to practice. And he was like, oh, okay. Meatloaf, yes. Yeah, put that in the refrigerator for me. I'm sorry, Tamara. But yeah. So he's been cool so far.
Okay. So what do you think about building this community service, or what did you, because what did they call it?
SSL hours,
So
student
how do
service
we build
learning.
this? Yeah, so this SSL program that your organization offers,
Mhm.
because this could be a yearly thing, you can keep doing this every year with them. So we build that into, so like how many, first of all, it's like, well, how many sessions is it? If it's once a month, so is that like 8? Is the school year like 8
It'll be
months?
10.
Be 10. So we need to establish what those 10 look like. Like, what are they going to be doing each one? Because they could be learning about marketing. They could be learning
Mhm.
about all the things, like you could be having them do your social media stuff. Like they could be doing, I mean, right? Or
So,
no?
yeah, and they could be. It just, they have such rules where they could be doing, marketing and stuff like that. I just have to present it as learning for them
Yeah.
and also community service.
Yeah. So it would be um So this technically, the way I'm thinking about this is your first workshop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
it's your organization is providing the kids the space to volunteer so they can get their community service hours, but also in exchange, they're providing you an opportunity to build out a curriculum
Mhm.
in a way of like
Right.
help, you know? So am I thinking about this right? That we
Yep.
need to think about what these 10 sessions are gonna,
Mhm.
because you can't just sit around for 10 sessions and ask advice on, you know what I mean?
No,
You wanna
yeah. And
know.
the first one, that's what I was gonna say. The first one would be, the advisory panel.
Yeah,
And then we would start recruiting.
to grow the
Right.
group. Yeah.
Because anything outside of that, and it could be field trips, it could be, anything. I mean, because
So can
not
we call it,
everybody has
can
seen
we call
the
it,
African American Museum that's downtown. Not everybody's been there yet. So if I could, charter a bus and get, kids there, um, that's an experience. And I would dress that up as something else.
but so could the whole program be something that has to do with like organizational leadership? Like the kids that come, so they're getting their community service hours, but it's a organizational leadership or a um uh, social enterprise leadership or something, you know what I mean? So they're
Mhm.
learning about More Than, which is a nonprofit that gives back. It supports this whole social emotional, right, of children.
Mhm.
So they're supporting it in regards to, they're actually the kids you're trying to reach, telling you what they need. And then they also have a really actual hand in developing the programming
Right.
to
Based on
reach
their,
their
yeah.
peers, that will reach themselves and their peers. So we got to come up with what that would be. I'm just thinking about how it's sold as a package to the, not sold, but you know what I mean? Like if you had the
Yes.
principal said, well, what's the 10 weeks going to look like? 10 sessions going to look like? And what's the outcomes for them as a community? So they're supporting. So we might go to a children's shelter or something and read to babies or something, you know what I mean? I don't know. Or we might go clean I don't know, an orphanage. It's like
Yeah.
we're
And we
still
have
helping the
a
youth,
lake.
but they're
So that's
still
what I
good.
was saying.
It's a
We do
give
have the
back.
pond. And that was my first thing. We could, clean the pond right here near the school.
Yeah. But that's just but that's the give back. And why are we cleaning the pond? And how does it relate to the mission of More Than a Model? It's like, because we want our kids to have a beautiful, safe place. We want you to be able to go to the pond and read a book or whatever, or have understanding and our environment is a part of us. Yeah, I don't know. You don't get what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
you'd have to tie it into the mission of More Than a Model in a learning experience for them as well.
Yeah. Because they're going to go kicking and screaming to, clean the pond. Because, I mean,
But
so
but it's all about presentation. If they understand that it's a part of the process, you know what I mean? And it's helping other people in their community. Isaiah.
and it is, you have to be, like more than a reflection of your community. So
Right.
if you throw your soda
Yeah.
bottle down at the pond, that's what it's going to be. And when people come to your neighborhood, that's what they're going to think of you. So yeah.
Right. Right. I love this. This is really great. I love this as your first workshop. So I think we could use these because this is the first thing. This thing is they're already just waiting for you, right? I
Mhm.
think this becomes this we create this 10 session framework, and this
Mhm.
becomes like the framework. So it's like every workshop series that More Than a Model puts together, these are always have to be based on our mission. These will always be our outcomes. This is our
Okay, based
mission,
on
and
them,
these are
right?
right. So if our mission of More Than a Model is these 5 things, every workshop series we put together has to deliver these 5 things. At the end, we do an exit survey with the kids. They will have increased their knowledge, experience with, or engage with
So
these
almost
things.
like core
Yes,
values or something like that.
yes, like the
Okay.
pillars. Yeah, like that. So, and I think this would be the first, these 10, you could build that into a framework. So if we say,
Mhm.
okay, session 1 is advisory, first, like the lesson there is understanding that your voice matters,
Mhm.
collaboration, connection, community. what does it feel like to be supported? So like lessons around that is the advisory, like what is an advisory committee? Like we all need advisors, we all need support. So how do you feel supported? What do you need to feel supported? And then how do you then support your brother or your sister, someone else, right? So that's like lesson one, the first time y'all meet. So even though y'all just talking and they're advising you and you're asking questions, there's still that main outcome. They might not really realize that that's the outcome, but you know it is.
Right. Okay.
And then the second time y'all meet, it's all about what is a nonprofit? Like, how do you, what does it look like when we put together an organization that's for the community? And why would we want to solve a problem in our community? So that could take them through entrepreneurship, that could help them with social, like there's so many other things.
It's, yeah, I was gonna say it just spiders out.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I get lost, because there's so many.
Yeah, there's so many things. So, but I think if
it.
we outline the 10 sessions based on your mission, those are the things. Then we say, okay, this session 2 is all about organizational structure or organizational design. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just like pulling, so that way, even if they're like the captain of a team, of a sports team or whatever, they understand what it means to pull people together and why we want to support people. Or if the teacher nominates, if the teacher nominates them to be in charge of the art project or something, even working in pairs, I think it's just teaching them how to be good citizens. So I think each session has a anchor mission and objectives. Right. And then we decide what the activity looks like.
Okay. Yeah, because I already had I wanted a bonfire for October. So I'm working on that, just getting that space. So just trying to think it through and, pull the trigger on some things. So.
Yeah, it sounds good. I really like it. And the thing is, then once you have these pillars, then you'll be able to, you can kind of adjust to it. You could productize it. And then it becomes like, okay, well, Big Brother, Big Sister wants us to do a workshop series for them. We already have these series already in place. So it might not be this exact one that you did with these kids, but it's still those main objectives. And if they want a 12-week program, it's like, okay, well, we already have 10 weeks of objectives that help us with that are pulled from our mission.
Mm-hmm.
All we have to do is change the activities. Or now there's no option for field trip. These kids aren't getting credit. So we're just doing projects in their cafeteria once a week, whatever, but it's.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. I could, go to the cafeteria because they have wellness periods. So I was even thinking or proposing that I could do one during their wellness in the morning.
Yeah, that's good.
I just have to see what that looks like, once they start school, because my kids are excited about wellness because they don't have, it's like an open period for them to get themselves together mentally.
I love that. That's a great idea. I love that the school has that though. That's really
cool. But if I can incorporate something, to promote that would be neat to get in, to slide in that way and be contracted to go in and do a wellness activity with them.
Yeah, I mean, just being still, like creating an environment, that'd be really cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of schools bring in like meditation and yoga and, just an opportunity to just lay in the dark, like lay down and just like be with your like breath work, like all these other cool things.
Yeah. And that's what I was like, oh, these are really these folks, because they wellness. Okay.
Right.
He was like, yeah, we could go outside, we could do this. I was like, what in the monastery is going on?
I love it. That's cool though. I commend them for even considering, life is hard, man. And these
is.
They transition back into school and they just, all they gotta do is watch some of the news, be on social. First of all, they are on social media. So their brains are already impacted and overloaded and mumble jumbled, it's so much.
Right.
So they need, I need a wellness period during the day. I need somebody to be like, lights out tomorrow, lay down on the floor. Here's your mat. Remember how we used to have nap time at the daycare?
Yes.
Or pre-K or whatever the hell we were.
You put your head down after lunch. So
yeah. And they made us sit still.
Mm-hmm. and maybe that's why. And we didn't understand it. We were just bored and ready to go.
Yeah. But I'm like, I need somebody to make me sit still.
Yeah. So I don't know why I just can't. I think I'm, like I was saying the other day, it's more so fear that I haven't, posted anything yet. about the show, and it's a lot of pictures. So I just got all of those pictures. I had pictures from like parents and different ones. So now that I have all of those pictures, I'm just like, oh my Lord. So what is it that I want to hit in my post? Do I want to post? Because I know you said it's not necessary to post all of the vendors, but do I want to try to hit every scene, and
Nope.
speak of every designer?
So I think what we do first, so when we're thinking about how to roll out the photos, right, to enhance your social media, it would be first, I would go with the lowest hanging fruit. You already have these emotional feelings about the sponsors and the people that kind of went out their way to support you. So sponsors, I even look at your team, right? They gave their time and their energy, right? So highlighting them would be the first layer, highlighting anyone and everyone that helped you. So it's like your team, sponsors, any other organizations that you partnered with. I would do a individual post for them. I don't know how many people it is, but I would do an individual post for them. I mean, you could be talking about this again for like the next 2 months. That's fine. It's fine. It feels like you're just dragging it out for you, but guess what? This is your signature event. If you go look at, remember when Black Enterprises do their whatever, like anyone that does like Women in Power Summit, they talk about that joint all year.
They do.
You're like, oh, and you click on it and it's like, July
it was 6 months ago.
2027.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, dang, it ain't even happening no time soon.
Right.
But that's marketing. It is an experience. We're bringing people in to even next year. We're kind of folding them into it, so that when the tickets do go on sale, they're already like, oh, I'm ready. Yeah. And then also the event is your brand. It's not like this was just like a one-off workshop or whatever. The whole event, it was like your brand on a platter. This is who we are. This is what we do. This is what we do. Here you go. Right. So because you did that so well, it's everything that happened on that Saturday night is always going to be relevant. We just have to get it out into the world. So back to the original planning. Community partners, sponsors, team.
Okay.
And then we start to roll out. And then even in between there, I suggest you do the quotes. So you can have a couple pictures of the kids on the runway.
And I did do that. I did do that yesterday.
Yeah. Let me see if Facebook is going to be nice to me. I told you I can't.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were back on or still off the grid.
Well, so the thing is, sometimes I can see things, but if I go to click the comment, I can't comment. This morning, I actually saw a glimpse of someone said something in Messenger, but when I clicked on it, it takes me and it says, your account has been compromised, reset your password. So it just keeps making me reset my password anytime I try to click on a message or Messenger. So I can't get into my Messenger. And then the same thing, like I can't comment, I can't share, I can't do like mostly anything on there. Anyways, okay. So yeah, so I would do the quotes with the kids in between with your thank yous. Then the next phase would be I would recognize all your designers. Okay. Make sure you're using the hashtag, the event hashtag everywhere, the business and the event hashtag. I don't know if they're the same.
Nope. I am more than a model. Nope. So I've been using
both hashtags, and I would at least post 3 times a week.
Okay. I could do that.
You can schedule these things.
I know. And that's what I need to do.
Yeah. You just could take an hour and just write them all up. I mean, you got access to the AI.
Yeah.
Write them all up real quick and make sure, have that write them all up. I would drop in all the information for the event and say, I want to thank, and then have the bot create all the things and then drop them in a Google Doc, make sure it sounds like you, and then schedule the words and just choose a photo.
Okay. Then I have another question.
You can do this.
I know. I don't know why I get so overwhelmed. I really don't. I'm just overthinking. If I could turn this brain off sometimes.
So you could also organize it so that like on your next co-working session, this is all you do.
And I hit send and just, yeah.
And hit send. Or you can say, hey, anybody in the mastermind want to get on a content creation and scheduling call? Let's go on Zoom and create our content and get our stuff out there.
Okay. God, I almost had it. Hold on. Look, I almost had it. What else is I need to ask you? It'll come back. Okay. I'm looking at all my tabs, trying to think about what I was working on. Do I need a brand board right now?
You need a brand board.
Okay.
Everybody needs a brand board. We need to go
Okay.
back
All
to your
right. Because I
strategic
did
plan.
submit something. But I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to.
Tell me what you submitted to me.
I was driving this morning when I was listening to your message, so I didn't get it.
What'd you submit? A design for something for the design team?
Yeah, well, no, for the brand board, I submitted like a profile, with all of
You're
the.
talking about on your VIP.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about? Okay, let me open that for.
Yeah, I was telling Shanta, I said, that's me. I said, tell her don't kill me. I was trying to figure out where I was supposed to be. Requested access. I was like, Lord Smith probably fussing about me this morning.
No, I was like, listen. Hold on. What am I thinking?
That's the funny thing, because I always tell I said, I know I get on her nerves. I don't care.
Listen, it's not getting on my nerves. Y'all keep me on my toes. This is my mission. And I love what I do, which is exactly why this is pretty much the only thing that I do. Okay, where's yours? Do you have access to your folder? Or you want me to send it to you?
Yeah, and I have access to it. I was just trying to make sure I'm in the right one. So you
said you put. I don't see it, Kisha.
Oh Lord, let me see.
Here, let me share this folder. This is your VIP folder.
Yeah, workbook folder. You don't see it in there?
No.
VIP day.
Okay.
Brand page. Okay. I thought I uploaded it last night. It said at 12:46 I uploaded it.
You see it in there? Because in this
just
folder,
open. Maybe
in this folder, I see copy content, photos, brand video, more than a model, which was the original folder. Brand page, I see it.
That's it. Yeah.
Put it in more than. Yep, I see it. All right, awesome. I got it.
So do I need to add images to that page? Is that what?
No, because what we're doing is, as long as you gave us some content, we're taking the content and the photo. Well, yes, actually, because you just did this event. So I think you should put some images in here.
Okay.
Pull a couple of the events and put them in here.
So and let me email that link.
Because for everyone else doesn't have what you have. So like, for example, I'll show you what somebody else's look like, just so you can get a visual of what this is looking like.
Trying to find this link and send it to myself.
Like Ice's, hers is done. So I'll show you what hers looks like. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay.
So this is what hers looks like.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
So she has a product, so this is her product. She got a cute little picture, and then her as a CEO, that's her headshot.
Oh, that's amazing.
So this is what I'm looking for. So we're pulling from the content we created. Like, those are the pictures Shanta took for her. We're pulling the content we made, and I'm just turning it into a sheet. So this can be downloaded. She can email this to someone. She can print it out and hand it out at an event. It's just a one sheet. Okay. So we also created this one. This was just a different version. But this one is my favorite. I
love that. I do. And the colors are nice.
That's what y'all helped her pick, those colors.
Yeah, I know she was struggling with those colors. I do like that. That's really nice.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing for everybody.
Okay.
So
so are you the design team? I thought about it. I said, oh, it's probably too much.
No, girl, I don't. That's why I said, because Reese submitted Well, that's a separate for she submitted a design project, not for this. Because this is VIP. This is still event stuff.
Okay.
That's for the event. That's because y'all are VIP for the event. That's still that. But in regards to the mastermind, she submitted a request for a design to be done, but she wrote the designer sent it back to me in WhatsApp and was like, I don't understand. And so I went and looked at what she submitted because that stuff is automatic. Like I'm not involved. It's like whatever y'all submit me, that's
Oh,
what I put
okay.
in
Is
the
what you're
form.
sending over.
So
Okay.
whenever y'all fill out the form, it goes right to the design team.
Okay.
So the Vikings, the designer, he was like, Tamara, can you read this? He's like, I'm not really sure because what she submitted for her copy, for her whatever graphic she's having made, it says Chat GPT suggested I write this. That's what she put in there.
Oh no, right. No, I was teasing you because I know before you told me to get an assistant, so it won't fall on me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was just teasing you to say, are you really the people that you just, assign?
No. So that's why I was like, what did you write, Reese? I had to box her this morning and be like, girl, you can't be talking about Chat GPT suggested. I said, they're gonna just copy and paste. Their job is to design, not to edit. If you want to send it to me first, I'll edit it for you.
What did I do, girl?
But you about to have a design come back to you that says Chat GPT suggested.
That's
on the
not
design.
good. Okay, I'm trying to open my. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
And
so also what I'm doing, what I was doing yesterday for and I know I'm jumping, so eventually it would, because remember, more than a model is not mine. So to fulfill more than a woman, I'm becoming a certified coach.
Yes, you said that, and you're filling out the scholarship.
Yeah.
That was yesterday. How did it go? Did you hit send on that?
No, because I had to go get Zion.
Okay.
From football.
Okay.
But I am going to complete that today because classes start next month. But if not,
And
I'm
this is
prepared
a coach through where? Is this a local organization online?
No, it's the community college here. They offer continuing education.
That's awesome. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, so I was like, I want to do something else, and I want to be certified in it. I don't just want to be talking from a peer level. I want to,
Yeah, that's so good. I love it. That's really great. I'm happy for you. That's awesome. Yes, girl. The level up is real.
Yeah, because
But this is commitment, though. Not everyone feels that way about, continuing education and training and doing more. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm, very passionate about it because it was me. It was my experience. I was by myself. I was, I wasn't given all of the resources I needed to fully thrive for when I arrived. So, now like some of the things I shy away from, technology and everything else, is because my access wasn't always there. I didn't always have access to it. So now even like my son is like, Mom, you just need to get a MacBook. I'll get you one. And I'm like, I don't know. So, and it's because I didn't have access to it. So I'm like a late bloomer to it. So it is very intimidating at times. But I feel like if we, look, like Ned, this thing keeps saying, you see me with 85 tabs open and shit don't work. Anyway.
Girl, close them tabs.
I know. Then I'm gonna remember what I'm working on.
What you can do is you can create a Google folder. Are you on Chrome? What do you want?
I think this one is Edge. So, yeah, I don't know tomorrow.
Because if you had if you are on Google Chrome, you can create a folder, and then all those open tabs, you can just drag them into a folder. So then you just click on that one folder, and that's where all your stuff is.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, maybe I'll try that.
Yeah, let me see if I can show you an example.
Because that might be easier than having 85.
So, for example, I'm gonna share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so So like here, like daily. Now mine are all a hot mess, but
Mhm.
so for example, if I wanted to create a new folder, I could. So I would say add folder and it would be Kisha,
Okay.
right? And then I can move it up here. Let's put let's put it right in the middle. Okay. So now this is my Kisha folder. These are all random folders. And every now and then I come in, like quarterly, I usually come and clean up my toolbar.
Mhm.
So if I am, you know, looking at puppies, American Kennel
So you
Club,
could just,
and I'm
okay.
like, this is where I'm at. I love, like I want to read this. I want to come back to this, whatever it is. I take this, I grab this little lock and I drag it into the Kisha folder. So now when I come back, there it is. And I can drag, like, look at my dailies. This is all the stuff. Like, so I never, so the whole point is like daily is like the things I touch daily that I need
Right.
access to
They're
quickly.
accessible.
And so you can see my folders, like this is.
So does it do daily on its own, or do you
No,
do that?
I name that folder. I name that folder daily, just like I
Okay.
named this Kisha. So you name it what you want. So this is Mastermind. This is all my Mastermind stuff. Anything that's happening, links to everything that y'all are doing goes here. This is all my Xander stuff. This was RamCon. This is all my AI stuff. Any articles, anything that's helping me with AI on my marketing, operations. M&T was like a program we were doing with a boot camp with M&T. So I needed like, I created graphics for them and all this stuff for the bank. I kept that in a separate folder. Daily is a separate folder. So,
and that's even one of the workshops, financial
yeah,
planning, financial management, and yes.
yeah. So everything is, anytime I start a new anything. So instead of having all the, whatever you call these things up.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Okay.
like, okay,
That's
now I'm like,
wild.
okay, I
Okay.
want to come back and finish looking at cookies. So now I can close these
And going about your day
and
and
then
just
going about
access
my
it
day.
again.
And now I can go back to Kisha. And then these are the last two things I was in the middle of. This
Okay.
works for Google Docs. It works for anything that's open on your thing. Even if I take this folder, which is somebody else's folder, but I add it here. Now it's there.
Okay. I'm going to definitely try that. Okay.
So that's how I,
Yeah, all of this is an edge,
okay.
but I can definitely
So Google Chrome is just attached to your Gmail.
right.
I
Because
just
I can
use
open
Chrome.
it from here. Okay.
Yep, and it helps. So it keeps
So
that
Chrome
way.
is your default browser though, right?
Yes, Google Chrome is
Okay.
my default browser. And it keeps things easy for me because I can do folders. I can have my, what do you call those little tabs? I don't even know. What do you call them? Extensions, like browser extensions. I like Chrome. Like even when
I did too. And now so I'm downloading it now, but yeah, that works. This is going to be great because I get so overwhelmed and then they start acting up and Nigel he fusses at me. That's because you got like 100 open. I'm like, all right.
yeah. So that way I don't have to have a whole bunch of things. I only have in front of me what I'm working on today. And then everything else I can, go back to.
And yeah, that works because I'll get confused and shut down and because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing or I don't know so and so
Yeah,
and
it's like I
so.
can go back to it. Then you just click on that daily or click on that catch up, whatever you call that folder, and then it shows you the 50 tabs that you had open and you can choose them. And then also now the other thing is when you click on that folder, notice that it had the names listed. So it makes it easier to search too.
Right.
Because right now with tabs, you got to click on the tabs to see what the
To
heck it
see
is.
what especially when I have more than one open of the same thing.
Right.
Like it's hard. It's hard being me. I told Nigel the other day, I said, you don't understand how
It's
hard
hard
it is.
being me. I
It is.
understand, girl. But that's why we're working together. We got to get you more streamlined so that you feel like it's not so heavy.
Right.
To be so heavy.
See, I don't even know what this is. And I think I'm just so scared of, from Capital One was added remotely. I don't even know, or Capital One. I don't do neither one of those. Report abuse. Okay. Well, that's amazing.
All right. All right. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I think so. So next for me, I will
So
have,
we have a couple things we have to do, and I'll put our talking points inside of your board for today, but we definitely need to start building out that 10-week framework
mhm,
for the workshop for the schools, the continuing education, the community service project. So that way you can have that support. I think that you can look at those little kids as interns. You know what I mean? Part of it,
yeah,
you know? And then we need to, you need to get your social media popping.
mhm.
You
But
need
we'll
to get,
start with sponsors and, right, got you, team sponsors and, designers last.
yes. And then between, we're doing photos of the kids with inspirational quotes. You also need to hit send on your school application.
Mhm.
And then we need to go back to strategic planning for both companies. More Than a Model, actually 3 companies, More Than a Model, I Am More Than, and then we also, what we said we were going to put in front, I believe.
Well, I Am More
Design.
Than is the show
I
within,
mean,
but I want to trademark that
More Than a
also.
Woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
More Than a Woman
Mhm.
is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, More Than a Model, More Than a Woman, and then Zion. Zion's supposed to actually, that was on your list for this week, I believe, for your accountability.
Yes.
So we need to
I'll
start
be
getting
calling him down in a minute to get
yeah,
to
we got
work.
to start working on his strategic plan,
Okay.
because we don't even know, we can't even venture to start looking. I would not advise you to venture to start looking for vendors and prototypes and, you know, all those things we talked about until we're sure what the company stands for.
Right. And we said we would look at his book first.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I'm trying to
Your
ask
book
him to
first.
develop that some more, to write that out some more.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I guess, yeah. So yeah, I have to figure out how to transition, because it'll feel like and it does feel like I'm working more than a model, more than I would be, more than a woman, even though they'll coexist.
Yeah, but
But
that's temporary. You can't build both bridges at the same time. You know what I
right.
mean? So More Than a Model's major event is out the way. So
Mhm.
we work on the programming. Now we have to like solidify your spot in the education space. You know what I mean? And start develop some strategic partnerships. But at the same time, you can be working on the same way you built More Than a Model over the last year of like what it is, who it's for enough so that you can have a major
Mhm.
event. Now we have to do the same thing with More Than a Woman. Like that's a baby. Now we need to grow
Right.
that up into a toddler so it's starting to walk into its own event and experiences.
Yeah, and that's why I said I'll get coached, I'll get my, certification, and then I would be ready to do something with, confidence.
Yeah. So, but we need to think about timeline. So how long is that coaching program?
Until April, March or April.
That's not bad. Okay.
Mm-mm, September to March or April. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, good. I love it. All right. So Zion technically is in front right now.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, while
All
I
right.
work on the program. Yeah.
All right. Yes. Yes. And yes.
All right.
This 10-week
So
situation, because we need to have that done soon, because when do you have to present that to the school?
what
The 10-week for the kids. Not 10
whenever,
week, but
whenever
10
I get it
sessions.
ready.
Okay.
Whenever I get it ready. I mean, the good thing is that I have access to Elba now. Like I'm the lady with MCPS. Like she gave me her phone number and everything. She was like, "I just love your spirit," and we were standing there at the step and repeat. Like there's so many candid photos of me and her because we were standing there laughing like we were old friends. So yeah,
I love it.
yeah, me too.
All right.
Very
And
personable.
excuse me. Don't forget to share one of your power pose pictures from the end, the ones you hate. Those are the most powerful ones.
I was like, I was really feeling myself.
You was feeling yourself and you was giving body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. I was
Girl,
like,
no, I was giving tell a damn tubby. I was like, oh my
no, nah, you was looking cute. So stop it. Don't even do that to yourself. It was amazing. So you could do this first. Just saying. I need a really powerful, I did that post. Like pick your favorite picture of yourself and just be like, I killed it. Like this is like, a year ago, I just had, it was like a
And that's
fire
what
in my
Sal
belly.
said.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
talk them through it and celebrate yourself. I need that post, Kisha. I need that post. And if you feel it's better coming later, you do what's best for you. Or maybe that needs to you need to hit the trigger on that, go on that first. pull the trigger on that first is what I was trying to say. And then
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll
everything
do
else
that
will
now.
flow. I just need you to, do your own dance for a minute or two.
Yeah, maybe I will do that. I mean, because I've gotten messages from other people, but it's like, I don't know.
No, another mom said, and then an attendee said, and I was able to connect with this. I formed partnerships with this person, had 11 designers say yes. 25 kids, parents trust me with their kids. Like every single one of those things is a milestone, everything deserves its own sentence. Like those are big deals. I had formed a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, a partnership with the superintendent of schools sent a representation, whatever, whatever you can share that's not proprietary or secret,
Right.
Yes, the news, like.
I know, yeah, because I remember like, how'd you get on the news?
Yahoo News, come on now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know, because even my friends, one of my friends sent a message, and I was like, oh my gosh. So
See?
yeah, that was touching. So
Yeah. So let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, you'll see that
if you
today.
feel like it's all too much for one post, then break it up and then choose 2 or 3 different pictures you love and break it up. And if don't be afraid to say part 1, part 2, part 3. Reflection 1, reflection, whatever. Just it's your space. You cannot do it wrong. You can't do it wrong.
And that should go on my page or the More Than a Model.
I would do it on your page and then share it over there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, because it's all right. I'm gonna do it. I'm reading the message again. It was so thoughtful.
Read all the messages and then write your post.
Okay.
Read all your messages and then look at the photos. And then write your post. Because you couldn't forget, when you look at the pictures, you're like, that did happen. She did come.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.